Becoming an adult is hard. At least much harder than I thought it would have been when I was a kid. When I was a kid, looking at becoming an adult seemed very cool. No homework, no school. You had the freedom to go whenever you want or wherever you wanted, which those things are true, but they do come at a cost. And in this video, I'm just going to discuss a few of those things. So the first one being said is increased responsibility. Now, this could go without saying, but yeah, you have a ton more responsibilities than you do as an adult than when you were as a kid. And yes, that might be obvious, but yeah, a lot of stuff, it's one thing about the responsibilities, but for me, the toughest thing is when unexpected things happen, like you gotta replace tires on your car, or the check engine light comes on. A lot of my experience with unexpected things that come up are car-related, unfortunately. But, I mean, this could be anything. It can be job-wise, getting laid off at a job, or relationship-wise, your girlfriend just dumping you out of the blue, and it sucks. And also another thing, too, as you get older, unfortunately, you deal with death more, particularly in your family. But, yeah, those things really suck, and no matter what you're going through, you still have to keep going. When you're a kid, it feels like when stuff bad happened to you, you kind of had leeway. You didn't have to worry about paying the bills or getting stuff done. It doesn't matter what you're going through in life. When you're an adult, you still have to accomplish your tasks and you still have to take care of your responsibilities, no matter what you might be going through. And that's something that, again, never really thought about when I was a kid, but man, it can eat at you a lot, and especially when you could be going through something very, very difficult, and sometimes you might not even have anyone to turn to. Maybe no one can relate to what you're going through, and at the same time, you have to pretty much keep it bottled up, and you just have to keep going, keep pushing, because you still have bills to pay, you still have responsibilities that need to get done, And yeah, it's not fun. It's definitely not fun, and that could lead me into my next point, which is going to be talking about a little bit more of the financial pressures in life. Now, yes, that can pretty much go back to what I just spoke on about the responsibility part of it. But to me, the financial part of it is just something that's completely separate, like on its own, because it just feels like if you're not getting better every day, you're falling behind in life, which to some degree that can be true, but you have to realize that in life, especially when we're talking about money and adulting and just overall just becoming a better man, if you're a man, it takes time. And just overall just becoming a better person, these things take time. And a lot of things in life you have to go through, you have to fail a lot to really understand what you have to do to get to where you want to be at. And the crazy thing is too, even right now, you watching this video, you might think you know where you want to be at 5, 10, 20 years from now, but chances are life is going to change that. You might have this picture perfect image of your life, what it might look like, but chances are it's not going to be like that. And that's not always a bad thing. It can be a good thing because you learn so much throughout your life. And especially when you're an adult, you learn things and you change as a person. Like I look at my life year by year and I am such a different person every year. It's like I'm a completely different person. And it's a good thing. Of course you can go the other direction and you can become, go lower and lower, down the totem pole, and you become, worse and worse every year. But, we don't want to do that, and it's okay to happen where you might have a good track record for maybe 2, 3, 4 years, but then you might have a year where you have a really rough year, maybe something tragic happened in your life, and yeah, you might get set back a year or two, and that's okay. That's part of life. Life is very up and down. It's not just a straight line up to the top. It's up and down, failure, success, and a lot of things I've been trying to practice in my life is being stoic. I want to make a video about stoicism. I think it's very important, especially for men, to adopt that mindset and adopt that behavior, because it is extremely important going through life. And the next one I would like to talk about, which kind of is correlated to finance, but career uncertainty. I don't know about you. I never was into school, never really pictured myself going to college, but I know I guess you want to call the American dream would be you do good in school, you go to a good college, you get your degree, and then you get a good job. And that's it. Life is simple, just like that. But I'm here to tell you that is far from the truth. Whether you go to college or not, it is never that just clear cut. There's always obstacles you're going to go through. There's the career uncertainty is just, you might think you want to do something, and then you could even do all that, do the steps, go to trade school or get your degree or whatever you might do, and you could be doing it, and then you just realize this is not for you. Now you have to almost kind of reinvent the wheel for yourself, and now your life looks completely different, and you might feel like you don't even have an identity anymore because maybe you wanted to always be a doctor or electrician. Anything, those are two very wide ranges, but anything in between, and you've always pictured yourself doing that for your life, for your career, and you finally get there and it's like, wow, this is not what I want to do. And that's okay. That's okay to do that. Even if you're in school right now, and if it's something you really don't want to do, don't do it. Don't continue to do it. First of all, you can always go back to school, but if it's something that's really just nagging at you and you're realizing like, this is not what I want to do, don't waste your time doing it. Explore, especially when you're young and your responsibilities are limited. I would really try to just go out and figure out what you want to do. Definitely do that, because as you get older and once the responsibilities keep piling on, it's harder for you to shift gears. But yeah, that is a big thing about becoming an adult that I feel like was definitely not, we were not warned about that, and again, the teachers, parents, counselors, they make it seem like it's so easy. They make it seem like the world is supposed to be this perfect world and that you'll just figure it out. And at the end of the day, you will figure it out. But they don't warn you. They don't tell you about how much uncertainty and failure and just picking yourself up and getting back up. They don't really tell you about that. You just have to learn on your own. And it's like when it first starts happening to you, it's like just a slap in the face, and you got to get back up on your feet, dust off your shoulders, and just get back after it, and that's what life is. It's just a constant up and down battle. And with all the other stuff you have to deal with, it doesn't matter. You have to keep going, keep fighting through it. And that'll lead me to my last topic I want to touch up on is mental health. Now, all the things I discussed can contribute to mental health. And especially as a man, it's you don't feel like you can open up to anybody because, you're supposed to be strong. You don't want to get judged. You don't want to be viewed as weak. And I don't know about you guys, but again, when you're a kid, it feels like that people are more open to hearing your problems. But when you're, I don't want to make this man versus women, but it is a bit different for a man and a female. Because, females, it's, people are more open to hear them out. With men, it's just like, nope, you got to put your head down and get back to work. And, you can't have a voice and you can't do anything. And again, that's something that was not spoken about at all. And of course, like I said, females can still deal with this too at the end of the day, because like I said, everyone still has responsibilities, whether you're a male or a female. But I think, in my opinion, males deal with this a whole heck of a lot more because of that stigma that we have in society. And it's very difficult. And this is why for any type of entertainment you can find, definitely find it and do it in your time constraints, because being productive, at least as a man, is the best thing you can do to improve your mental health overall. And it will help tremendously, but that's just one aspect of it, of course, right? Maybe feeling a bit depressed or down about yourself, but like the anxiety you deal with, even just like the anger, I think those are the main things you deal with as an adult, mental health wise, is anger, depression, anxiety. Those are like the three key things, and it's very difficult, and it's just, to me, compared to when you're a kid, compared to when you're an adult, it's so much more magnified when you're an adult, because it's like, again, you could be going through all this stuff, but you still have your responsibilities to take care of. You still have your bills to pay. You still have your career to focus on, all while you're going through mental health stuff, and it could get really bad. And then it's like the quick fix is to just put you up on meds, and then you're just hooked on them for the rest of your life. Like, no, like there should just be a better way to do that. And yeah, you know, if you're a younger generation, maybe you're a teenager and you're watching this video, I hope you listen to everything I said, because trust me, you will get to this point in life, and hopefully this will prepare you. I'm not some, you know, doctor or some like really important person. I'm just some guy on YouTube that just is rambling on here, but I just hope that those 4 things just always keep in the back of your mind, because these are things that everybody as an adult is going to go through at some type of level. Some are going to deal with it worse than others, and maybe at different stages of their life, but it's just something to be prepared for, and to just know it's okay. Don't get so down on yourself. Don't get all in your head like, what's wrong with me? No, it's part of life. Failure is a part of life, and you got to brush yourself off, get up, and you're going to fall back down again after you do that like 100 times, and that's okay. I'm here to tell you that it's okay. And yeah, I think that's enough for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know of your feedback, anything, if you relate to any of these things, or if there's something I missed out on, please let me know in the comments. I love reading them and responding to them as much as I can. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.